I ran into a $1 copy of Spinal Tap on VHS. And I picked it up. I was like, I want this on my shelf. And I keep coming around to this concept of like, when do you suppose VHSs will be collectible? Do you think it's coming?
Yeah, it's hard to say because I don't know. Because everything else has been like NES games, obviously, and
But that's because NES games are collectible only because YouTube has done such a great job of like educating about them and making like new generations care about them, I think.
yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say because the quality of VHS is it's not desirable. It's not like a record, like a record. There's an analog quality to it. Like
Yeah, so exactly. So you'd have to collect them for the cover art or for like just to have the box or something like that.
yeah, and so there's like no utility in it.
But like
Besides
like we're all nostalgic for that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles the movie VHS, with the Pizza Hut commercial.
yeah.
And like someday that like you won't be able to get your hands on one of those. And
Yeah, once they start like really being destroyed and not around, maybe that's when the value will come up.
I have a little Laserdisc collection myself because I think like that's a format that, first of all, it's just so cool. I just love gigantic discs. And then like the album art, like the idea, a giant like album of Clerks.
Yeah.
I just think looks really cool. But the problem with much like VHS, perhaps worse than VHS, is like the format just sucks. Like it's I think it's not obvious to everybody. Like it's an analog format. It's linear. It's VHS essentially with a little bit higher resolution and more capacity.
Yeah. Which makes it much more interesting for sure, but yeah, that's not very desirable. But those cases it's like it is like a record where like people frame those record cases. So
I think it's great. Yeah, so I picked it up and I Laserdiscs, by now I would have expected Laserdiscs to be more collectible, but the thing that I really do believe will be collectible at some point is part of the reason. One of the things that would hold back VHS is like even if you had a VCR, like it's gonna look like garbage on your LCD TV, but early run DVDs, like that period of time, 2000 to 2005, when you would get like these 2-3 disc collector's editions of certain movies, and they'd be stuffed with not just features, but the menus would be extremely artful. There'd be Easter eggs, there's a lot like,
like a lot of production went into the menus themselves, and like this was a premium product that you could explore, almost like a video game in some way.
Yeah, that's why I think like the fact that, for instance, retro games have increased in value simply because fans online have talked about them and have reviewed them and have gone in depth about them on YouTube. What if somebody were to like really dedicate a YouTube channel to reviewing like special DVD releases, like and doing a really nice job, like the in much the same way that like an AVGN or a JonTron does an in-depth review of an NES game. Like what if you did like in-depth reviews of DVDs, that were funny and interesting, well edited.
Yeah, I remember getting like the Ghostbusters DVD, and like it has the I think it was like Gozer's Building and stuff like that on there, and it plays the music that's do 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 do, that kind of jazzy number.
I might do it. Just like I don't know. I can't promise I would like dedicate the rest of my life to reviewing DVDs, but I might like pick a DVD, something special to me, and just talk about it in depth for a while.
Yeah, why not? Hey, it's all good content.
Yeah, it's all content. That's the we have a what's his name? Shoot. OSW Reviews. There's a YouTuber. Yeah, I believe that's his name. Yeah, OSW Review. He's a wrestling YouTuber, mostly popular. In fact, we've had friends who have recommended. I'm a wrestling fan. He's been recommended to me. Turns out he's a fan of ours. And his advice was like, hey, if you're worried about views, like just try a bunch of things, experiment a bit.
Yeah, we've definitely done that.
Been there, done that.
Subscribe to Red Cow Entertainment on Patreon for full episodes. episodes every other week.